Okay, hello. Um, just a quick, just a quickie on the symbolism with Jaws. Um, okay, because it's been kind of difficult to kind of put that symbolism in the little videos with just a bit of music and no talking. Anyway, in that last video, I tried to kind of explain a little bit that Jaws represents the dam. Okay, interesting the shape of Jaws here as it's coming out. Obviously, the nose is right here, but if you actually look at the first sort of shape of it, it's they've almost tried to encompass the dam shape there a little bit. I think with it, maybe I don't know, maybe it just came out like that. Anyway, this is the vesica piscis. Yeah, this is the vagina or the toothed vagina. Okay, which is, you know, symbolizing, man delving, going into the metaphysical, but going into a metaphysical system that basically ends up consuming him. Okay, so the divine goddess is not divine at this point with the teeth and everything. This thing is wanting to consume us. Okay, when we're in the metaphysical, um, and that's the issue. When we go in, it's very difficult to come back out. Well, it's very difficult to come back out, isn't it? Yeah, when when you've gone into that thing, and so we have this symbolism, which is the same symbolism, which is the penis entering the vagina with the teeth, and then being, the man being emasculated, and essentially the phallic symbolism, which is a representation of physical man being trapped within the vagina or the womb of the corrupted metaphysical. Okay, or the corrupted spiritual, how you want to look at it. Okay, so this is what I was trying to kind of explain a little bit with the teeth on the Hoover Dam in the last video, and obviously I was showing you this with Jaws with the 19, because we've been looking at the 1st of September for something to maybe happen at the Hoover Dam. And so there's the film. We'll come back to the film in just a second, but there is a thing, vagina dentata. Okay, the toothed vagina. You've probably seen imagery with that, with the vagina with teeth. I mean, they kind of use this imagery all over the place. In fact, they've got it. I mean, like it's in Star Wars. I can't remember the name of that thing where they're at in the desert, whatever desert planet that is, and they've got the big hole, where they're going to throw Luke into with the teeth. Yeah. God, I really should research. I should really go and look at the names of this stuff before I start talking about stuff. But anyway, the idea's out there, and this is in folklore, and it's warning about the dangers of unknown women. Yeah. Okay. So here we've got a picture. Well, yeah, it's a picture of, it is the, again, the chastity belt. So we have the Vesica Pisces with the spikes on it, okay, with the teeth, okay, and the idea is you don't want to go in there because it's probably not going to come back out again, okay, and that again is the idea of us as physical men leaving the physical realm and going into the metaphysical, which is where we're at now. Yeah, we have become so engulfed with ideas and inventing things and doing things a certain way, and we get trapped in our own egos. This is all the same ideas, okay, of not being balanced anymore. You go into that metaphysical realm, and that corrupted metaphysical realm can supply you with everything you want. Yeah, it essentially re-corrupts the physical realm, and then is able to give you all your desires and wants and needs and everything. Okay, and so that's where we end up, trapped essentially behind a wall. Okay, and again, that's the idea of being trapped within the Hoover Dam. Okay, yeah, As we can see here, we've got the legs. Okay, yeah, here's the waters, the womb. Okay, and then so the Vesica Pisces, the birthing canal right here. You know, you can look at this kind of, you can kind of switch some of this imagery around just a little bit, but this is the basic ideas here. Yeah, so, you know, stuck behind a wall. Yeah, Donald Trump's always going on about building a wall. You know, it's the wall reference. It's this thing he's referencing. Yeah, the Hoover Dam. Okay, or being trapped within the Matrix, being walled off from the rest of reality, from the natural world. So anyway, and again, you don't want to go into the waters because of being eaten by Jaws, being eaten by the great white. Yeah, the great white, again, the colors of the great white, you know, they're using these colors here with the blue and the white. Okay, because at one point in time, or if you, I mean, that thing really is, it can be balanced if you decide to balance it. If you don't decide to balance it, it turns into the black hole, you know. So you lose those the Virgin Mary colors, and it becomes the, you know, the black pearl, so to speak. Anyway, what else did I want to mention with this? Oh, I got something with Jaws 2. Oh, there was a film that took the idea of the teeth in the vagina. Obviously, she's obviously got the teeth in the downstairs department in this film. And again, look, they've got the rose symbolism here. Again, with the rose symbolizing the female genitalia. Obviously, on the stem, you'll notice it's got shark's teeth, thorns, okay, that look a lot like the shape of a shark's tooth. It's very interesting. They've sat her in the bath here, you know, at the Hoover Dam. Lake Mead forms. They call this the bathtub ring. You know, this white around the water here, the blue. They call that the bathtub ring. So obviously the bathtub is a reference back to, you know, back to Lake Mead, and you see a lot of feminine symbolism with people dying in the bath, yeah, or dying on the toilet, you know. So, you know, again, it's to do with the plumbing, the throne, or the bathtub, yeah. Anyway, let's just look at them. I can't bother to do number jumps, but if we look at the release date, 19th of January at the Sundance Festival. Again, you've got a 911 reference there, and it's obviously the 19th day of the year, so you've also got a 19 reference or a 19 reference. So again, you know, just interesting. What else do I have to show you here? We did all that, blah 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 blah. Obviously, just talking about the chastity belt as well. The original Dam Busters raid was Operation Chastise, and also in Jaws the film, you'll note that Robert Shaw was one of the main characters. Okay, and Robert Shaw was in Dam Busters. He's been in a lot of films we've discussed before. Force 10 from Navarone, yeah, that one with the dam that blows, and it's got blooming Harrison Ford in it, and there's references back with Indiana Jones, back to that film, so forth and so on. Anyway, let me show you something with Jaws 2 here. Jaws 2, I wonder if there was anything interesting. 116s. Yeah, probably fairly interesting, especially to do with you know, our golden ratio 1/6s, okay, which is, you know, I don't want to get bogged down with that right now, but yeah, this is going to be interesting with the golden ratio. And check out the golden female here on water skis. Now again, when we go back to the Future, at the Hoover Dam, the hoverboard scene, the Hoover, which is hover, So this reference to the Hoover Dam. This is it's all in Back to the Future too. And again, look what we've got. We've got him water skiing. Jaws 2. So it's part 2, you know, and 9/11 was part 1, and maybe 9/1 will be part 2. Who knows? Because the thing is, the 9/1 again is the same references, okay, for 9/11, or very similar references. So we got that again. You know, this whole thing is just right before the hoverboard scene, okay. Let me show you something here. Well, let me show you something interesting actually. Let's look at the release date of Jaws. 20th of June, right? Let's look at the 20th of June. 20th of June is, where is it? 20th of June is right here, the 171st day of the year, 194 days left. Let's go to the twin date. 194, it's July the 13th. 194, 171. Yes, Donald Trump's ear wound. And the 194, of course, is in. Do I have this scene up? Yeah. This is the scene. This is the end of the line scene, you know, the final jump home for Marty. And again, you know, if we backtrack a little bit, I want to leave it on the spot though, but if we were to backtrack a little bit, you know, the lightning kind of comes across. Yeah, the bolt of lightning, like the bullet. So the bolt is the bullet, you know, this is the physical hitting, you know, an approximation of the metaphysical here, you know, the 9, okay. The ear, you know, it's a hole, yeah, do you get it? Okay. What do I want to do? Let's get rid of this. But anyway, so this is the ear, yeah, and it's getting hit here, yeah, just like Donald Trump got hit, okay. And we have the numbers right here for it, okay. There's the 9, here's the 1, and then if we look at the fire trail, the number 4 will appear in there, okay. So 194 is when Donald Trump gets hit in the ear, yeah, and then we've got this tie back with Jaws as well, on that twin date, okay. You know, getting, you know, there was a bloodbath, so to speak. Anyway, I think that's it for this one. It was just a quickie, just to explain that stuff a little bit more, because it is just too difficult to explain it, you know, when I'm doing those little videos with just the music. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to mention in this. I feel like I might be forgetting something. No, I'm just leaving it. Alright, thanks for watching. Right, bye.